deli meat slicers, they often have meat cuts that contain gluten. So if they slice on the same machine, then this would end up getting cross-contaminated and you get sick with gluten. So it's no fun, don't do it.
Hi everyone, it's Debbie and I have a very special video for you guys today. I'm excited to bring to you my handsome nephew, Frederick, and we are going to talk today about celiac disease. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with celiac disease some years ago and has had to modify his life accordingly ever since. And we're going to go ahead and go through an interview. Later, we're going to go to the grocery store and do some shopping and have him show you some of the challenges of shopping for groceries when you have celiac disease. And this is celiac, not just a gluten intolerance. This is the actual disease. He also has a website and a YouTube channel and Instagram and Tumblr, all kinds of things, trying to get the message out and trying to be a help. And he focuses on the college because he's a college student right now and just trying to help people navigate that also as a college student. So his channel is really informative. It's fun. It's got lots of information. It has also some science and normal college boy activity on it. Enjoy this interview. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over so that I can focus on him and you can hear all the good stuff that he has to share. Thanks. Okay, like I said, this is my handsome nephew. Hello. So Frederick, first of all, tell us what your YouTube channel is.
So my YouTube channel is College of Celiac. It can also be found at collegeofceliac.com. I cover lifestyle, reviews, and cooking. Primarily focused on trying to survive gluten-free on a college budget, as well as just educating on gluten-free as a topic, so it's not so much the trend diet as it is the actual allergy.
So awesome and so necessary. How did you discover and when did you discover that you have celiac disease?
So about 3.5 years ago, I believe it was, I had an endoscopy done. I was having a lot of GI issues, a lot of intestinal problems, and some liver issues as well. They did an endoscopy. They sent a camera down into my intestine. They discovered that my villi, which are part of the small intestine's absorption system for nutrients, were blunted and damaged. So upon discovering that, they had me do a month trial of gluten-free. And then going back in February of that year, I had another endoscopy done where they discovered that the intestine itself had started healing and absorbing better. And I was starting to have a lot of improvements on my GI system. So
awesome. Well, thankfully you found that out and can adjust your lifestyle accordingly. What would you say is the most difficult thing that you've had to deal with?
Trying to find safe food out. Because a lot of restaurants claim to have gluten-free, but they're catering to the trend as opposed to the actual disease. So my autoimmune response that I have that mimics an allergy, it's a lot easier to just say I have a gluten allergy. But like even just where we ate last night, the waitress I ordered like a third tamale because tamales themselves are generally gluten-free. And she brought out the one with the sauce that had gluten in it and I had to send it back. There's a lot of struggle trying to eat out and be safe, and then the options are so limited it gets boring trying to eat out as well.
Yeah. And I've been with Frederick and he has to be exceptionally careful with everything. And you'll see as we go shopping, you'll see things that would surprise you that he has to be careful. What would you say is the best thing that has occurred with regard to celiac since you've identified that you have it?
The best thing I would say is I'm much healthier now. So I used to have like trouble thinking, some migraines, a lot of GI issues with just even awkward stools. Now that's all normalized. My thoughts are a lot clearer. I don't deal with migraines nearly as much. Everything's just gotten better overall.
So awesome. Okay, and lastly, when we were eating out, I asked you the other day, you were looking at the menu, and I asked you what your perspective was. Was it more, what can I not have? What am I prohibited from eating? Or is it more, what can I have? So talk a little bit about perspective.
So it's become a lot more, what can I have? When I was first diagnosed, I had a lot of trouble with, like, they'd bring out bread or just some chips, and I couldn't eat those because they oftentimes either contain gluten or were in a shared fryer that also cooked gluten. Right. So I'd sit there at the table wishing I could eat it. Since then, I've realized that's not the way to go about thinking of things. Like, I can't look at the menu and be like, oh, I wish I could have this. I have to look at it and be, hey, at least I can still have this. Hey, I can still have the fajitas, the steak, that type of thing. It makes everything a lot more bearable when you focus on what you can eat as opposed to what you can't.
Oh my gosh, so true, Frederick. And I think for anyone who's on any kind of a plan, whether it's ketogenic, HCG, any kind of plan where there's some restrictions, I think it's really important that you have that perspective. What can I have?
Yeah.
Instead of the more negative, oh, what can I have and it's not fair and things like that, especially if you've got a legitimate disease like Frederick does. So again, I'm going to close this off and well, I'll insert the grocery store clips.
Yeah.
But I want to again mention his website, and please go to it and show him some love, give him some support. He's really trying to get the message out, and his content is really good. He does reviews, he does some scientific aspect. What are you studying in college? Tell him.
Medical sciences.
Medical sciences. See? Yeah. So this is awesome. He'll be able to go help people then professionally. So go ahead and tell us what the YouTube is. And
so the YouTube channel is YouTube College of Celiac. I don't have a custom URL for that, unfortunately, yet, because I think you need like 100 subscribers or something. I also have a website at collegeofceliac.com. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and Reddit as well.
Awesome. And I'll put a link to his channel. I'll put it in this video and also down below. Oh, and there's the dogs going crazy. That's a sign of this is over.
Yep.
Okay, thanks so much, Frederick.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. This section here, Frederick said, comprises 50% of his purchases and his diet, because everything, fruit and vegetables, are 100% gluten-free. So there he is right now, going and getting some of his items. There's something that can be a surprise to you. You would think that meat is no big deal because it'd be gluten-free, but it's not. And Frederick, go ahead and explain.
So with the deli meat slicers, they often have meat cuts that contain gluten. So if they slice on the same machine, then this would end up getting cross-contaminated and you get sick with gluten. So it's no fun, don't do it.
I asked him just now about the salad bar too, and he says absolutely can't do it, too risky, because you don't know if that's cross-contamination. So interesting.
We also can't do prepackaged meats because, again, it's the risk of cross-contamination. You can't risk getting sick off of that.
Interesting. So there's Frederick and my sister looking at the labels. He's carefully checking to make sure that there's nothing in the meat that is. Again, it's not as simple as you would think, because he needs to look at the nutrition label, make sure that they haven't, snuck in any kind of seasonings that could have gluten. So it's just not as easy as we are. He's now looking at the deli meat, and we showed you earlier the freshly sliced meat from the deli and how that doesn't work. And so he does have to get the more processed meat because he can be guaranteed that it's gluten-free. So what you do, Frederick, is you just look at each label.
Like these say no gluten on them. A few of these will say gluten-free, but there are some that don't. Usually you want to steer clear of those.
Okay, so you just look at every single label.
You can go to the nutrition facts if you need to, but usually if they're gluten-free, they'll specify it later or earlier on the package.
Awesome. Check it out. He just got some really yummy things that are in the gluten-free area. But it was interesting because he got Reese's, and I asked him, are Reese's gluten-free? And he said yes. However, some aren't. Which ones aren't?
The holiday ones. They use flour to shape the Reese's peanut butter cup, so it's no longer gluten-free.
Interesting. And the Utopia section, pizza, right?
Yes.
Especially that. Show her
Which one?
This is the best against the grain pizza, and this is my second favorite pizza, or gluten-free pizza crust.
And why? Just because the flavor?
Yes.
Because he
Which would make sense. Okay, so now we're in the yummy cookie aisle, and Frederick is going to let us know what his favorite, and given that this is personal favorite, but what's your favorite?
Pamela's prepackaged cookies are probably the best gluten-free prepackaged cookies you can get.
And why?
They're moist. They actually have a good consistency as well.
Okay, because you do find that with a lot of the gluten-free, you lose some texture and you lose some flavor, right?
Yes.
Okay, not good.
Yeah.
Don't you also like those mint slims?
I mean, they're okay. They're a little thick.
But
when I
they're
get a
kind of
package.
like thin mints from Girl Scout cookies, right?
Yeah, but they're just a little bit thicker. The texture's not quite there yet.
Okay, and now this is for me. I'm so excited. I'm going to turn this around and show you what I just found in the regular grocery store in Ohio. Look at this, Lily's chocolate in a regular grocery store. Almond, coconut. I haven't seen this at all in my hometown. And I'm just shocked. So yes, Yes, please. I will be buying these. This over to Frederick being excited that it was sugar-free and carb-free, and he's saying gluten-free, yes. I mean, so it's not only meets my needs, but it meets Frederick's needs. So he's going to give it a try, even though he doesn't like sweeteners or stevia or erythritol. He did not like the candy, the fat bomb candy that I made. Oh, no, 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 no. Right, Frederick?
Yeah, take out the erythritol.
Yes. Make it without it. And I'm going to try that.
You can do it with just coconut dark chocolate. You'll be fine.
Right?